let's talk about all of the things you have to do to finally separate electronically, authority wise, and physically from your outgoing CEO. The exit checklist will help remind you all the things that need separation. What kind of organizational property does the CEO have? What's in their office? What's in their home? And what do we have to disconnect? So, one of the key things is to make sure all of the IT authorities are actually separated right after that CEO loses their authority. You can't do it the day before, you have to do it the day after they're your CEO. One of the things that comes up quite often is, can the CEO keep their corporate cell number or not? That's a strategic choice, if you can imagine, because that number is attached to them as a human, but it's also attached to your organization. Sometimes you actually want the organization to hold that number so you can control what those calls are. Sometimes it's good to have them as an ambassador out in the world with that number. Strategic choice, risk management choice, but it is something you have to be mindful of. And let me address the most difficult time, which is when you're terminating a CEO. Terminating a CEO is a very difficult time for the board because you actually are going to surprise the person with that news, and likely they are going to end their authority in the moment of that meeting. Who is walking down to the IT folks or making the call to IT to cut off that security? Who is actually going to say, we need you to return keys, security passes, we need you to return electronics, and how are you going to do that? Sometimes organizations find that they hire a third party to do that, whether that's a lawyer, a human resources professional, an outplacement company, but it's somebody to make sure all those things are done. And whether it's a happy scenario or a really tough scenario, the exit checklist will help you get closed all of those things with your now departed CEO.